So I say this at the end of every single one of my videos. It's a bit of a catchphrase of mine, my motto, my banner even, my channel banner, and it's sleep well, do better, right? That's my motto. And today I would want to give you something that's related to that, and that being the full sleep guide, the guide to sleeping better, the guide to improving your sleep. Before we start the actual advice, we need to first get the basics going. We first need to take care of them. And the basics are basically mental health. I've made a video, I made a full guide to mental health, how to improve it, worsen it, like book recommendations, like all there is. And so we can watch that quickly. But now let's get to the actual advice. The actual advice on how to sleep. Well, first of all, you need to realize something. You need to realize that bedtime and sleep is not the same. Because even though an adult needs 8 hours of sleep, going to bed at, I know, like 12 and then waking up at 8 will not mean that you got 8 hours of sleep. No, that means you got like 6. Because sleeping and bedtime are not the same thing. So if you want to wake up at 6, then you need to go to sleep at 8 p.m. And now that's a lot of time spent in bed, you might say. Well, you have to also realize under shocker, that sleep is like the most important thing aside from mental health. Like if you've got like the basic priorities taken care of, like you've got safety and good physical health, like not even good, but just like you're not like dying, right? If you've got that taken care of, then you need to work on your mental health and then on your sleep. These should be your main two priorities: mental health and sleep. Because I cannot tell you how many benefits sleeping has, and it's worth so much more than those 2 hours in the evening that you spend watching your phone. It's just worth so much than that. Well, what is it worth, you might ask? Well, first of all, you're actually rested. You're not tired all the time. Second of all, you're more productive. You're not lazy because you're not tired. You're also more productive. Third, your mental health is just much better. Fourth, your gym results will be better. Like you will literally be able to put on more muscle quicker. It's weird, but it works. And there are just way more benefits. I cannot name every single one of them just because I don't know. So you know all the benefits, like all the reasons why you should go to sleep, how sleeping actually works. But well, you might ask how to actually go about sleeping better because well, you need to just save up a lot more time because if you're an average person, just as you are, then well, you're spending like what, 7 hours in bed, maybe even less. But if you want to actually get that 8 hours of sleep, then you're going to start to spend 10 hours in bed, which is a 3 hour increase, and 3 hours are a lot of time. So, how do you, how do you actually go about doing that? Well, first of all, you need to reduce the time you spend on social media. Like in that mental health guide, I've give you advice on that, so you can go and watch that. But another thing that really comes in handy is having both a morning routine and an evening routine. And now a morning routine is just a set of things that you do every single day immediately after waking up. For me personally, I wake up, go take a shower, then I meditate, then I eat, then I walk the dogs, and then I eat. That's my morning routine. It's really simple. Honestly, you don't need like a super complicated routine. You don't even need to work out in your morning routine. If you have the time, sure, go ahead. But if you don't, well, who cares? Like, who gives a shit then? So that's the morning routine. But now the evening routine. My evening routine is basically just like it starts at 8 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. when I go to sleep. Because I go to sleep like before 9 p.m. So like 8 p.m. I go take a shower, right? No, no. 8 p.m. I eat. Then I take a shower, then I check if I got my homework done, then uh, I like write down my notebook, like what I've done, like journal. Then I just set my sleep cycle up and I go to bed. Simple as that. It's like quick, you know. Like once again, it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to overcomplicate your morning routine. You honestly don't. Like there's a lot of people who tell you that like they have like 100-step morning routine. Like they get up, they do 10 push-ups, then they go take a shower, but they take a shower that's exactly 8 minutes and 45 seconds long. Then they wash themselves with a cotton towel. Then they go work out. Like obviously I'm exaggerating, but you get what I mean. You honestly don't need a very complicated morning routine. You can just get a simple one, the one that works for you the best. And why does it help? Well, it helps because it just helps you improve your time management. Because sleeping more is just time management. It's just that. Like it just boils down to that, you know? So now that you know how to actually like sleep the 10 hours that you need to, how to spend the 10 hours in bed, well, how do you fall asleep? Like how do you actually like are there any tactics to falling asleep faster? Because maybe you're somebody who just can't seem to fall asleep. Well, there's a lot of things you can do. What some people do is that they don't watch their phone for like 1 hour before bedtime, which is like okay, kinda. I don't do that personally, but what works better, a YouTuber named Hansa actually said this, and it was that don't you. It's okay to watch your phone, but make sure that you don't do anything that emotionally triggers you. So don't do anything that invokes like emotion. Like don't go to like your text chat because maybe they're like planning something and you get excited. Maybe they like say something that offends you, so you get sad. Maybe you get angry. So you don't want that. You just kind of, I know, like maybe get some app that disables Messenger at like 1 hour before you go to bed or something. Don't do anything that will emotionally impact you, that will emotionally trigger you. Another thing that you can do, I think Andrew Huberman said this, it's to keep all light sources in the evening below your line of sight. So if I'm like this, and there's like a light right here, then that's not good. A light like on this level would be better. And when it comes to light, it shouldn't be like lamps, like I've got over here. It should be candles, which I don't really have a lot of, and have like enough so that I can just use them. These are the things that I know. There is a lot of things that I probably don't know. Another thing that you can do though, is to, I know this sounds weird. This is like the weirdest thing I do, and it's taping your mouth shut when you go to sleep. And now, before you like, before like, you know, give me the side eye or something, like think about it. Humans were meant to breathe through their nose, not through their mouth. Not like, no, we're supposed to breathe like this. This is how we're supposed to breathe. This is what I breathe like 90% of the time. And when I go to sleep, I take my mouth shut so that I breathe through my nose. Because if you're the average person, then if you're not thinking about breathing, then you're breathing through your mouth. But if you've just uh, like intentionally started breathing through your nose, then chances are that when you're unconsciously thinking about breathing, you're not even thinking about, like, you're not even noticing that you're breathing, then you're breathing through your nose. How I'm doing. See that? See that? That's not breathing. And you have to do the same when you're sleeping, because when you're sleeping, then, well, you can't control how you breathe. So chances are you're breathing through the mouth. So this is why I just tape my mouth shut with a little piece of tape, and doesn't even have to be like duct tape or something. Oh, it can be like thin little tape. Hold on, let me show you. Like this. Like it's like very thin tape. Like I can just tape it to my mouth, right? Then and like if I'm like choking, right? Like I have to breathe through my mouth, for example. I can just open my mouth and it's gone. Because that's an argument that a lot of people bring up, and it's that, oh, but what if I like have my stuff my nose? Well, you can just open your mouth. It's easy as that. And also, as you get more experienced with nose breathing, you come to find that your nose will start getting stuffed way less. Like people who are breathers have stuff like have like I don't know like can't breathe through the nose a lot more often because it's just not trained. It's like a muscle in a way. It has to be trained, you know. Like since I've started breathing through my nose, I have very rarely found it hard to breathe through it. I have like almost never had it stuffed. I've almost never had a stuffed nose, bro. Even if I did, it's not like you just can't breathe. It's that you can breathe, but it's just like there's like a piece of like some goo or something on the side, and then you can like then you just get the tissue and just and it's gone. Some practical things that you might also need to know. Uh, I'm gonna just mention them there, like just throw them out there. One of them is that if you're a teenager, then you don't need 8 hours of sleep. You need at least nine. So I advise you, you either go to sleep very early or you wake up later. So if you got school at like 8 p.m. and like by bike is like 10 minutes, like me, then instead of waking up at like 6:17 or like 6:20, you should wake up like 7 so that your morning routine is shorter at the cost of sleeping more because you just have to get that level of respect for yourself to prioritize sleep over like basically everything else. Like watching your video, like sleeping is here, watching a video like down here, chatting with your friends down here, even exercising like right here. Like sleeping is above everything, you know. Like the only thing that takes priority over sleeping is like literally helping your family members. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that can like take priority over it. Like, dude, if if I needed to go to sleep like right now, but my mother asked me something like bro, I'm lying down, and like it's just getting up and helping, you know. It's like the only thing that can take priority over sleeping. But like I can't right now. I can't think of anything else that does. Like maybe comment, like maybe if there's like something more important, but I'm not really sure if there is. I'm really doubtful of that. So that's one thing that you might need to know. And second thing, which is actually quite important, it's that you should wake up and go to sleep at the same time, like every day for the rest of your life. Like pick just one time, you know, if it's like 10 p. If it's 10 p.m. for you, 10 p.m. it is. If it's 9 p.m., 9 p.m. it is. For me, it's 9 p.m. So I go to sleep at 9 p.m. I go even slightly earlier than that. I go more like 8:50. That's what I lean closer to. Like my average sleeping time is like 8 p.m. and 50 minutes. It's my average like sleeping time. And every day I wake up at 6:17, and this is what I need to keep for the rest of my life. And weekends don't count. Like on weekends too, you have to get up and go to sleep at the same time on the weekends as well. You can't just take a day off because it's the weekend. No, like uh, yeah. But yeah, that was the full sleeping guide, how to sleep better. Eh. Okay, so Sleep well, do better, subscribe, and we'll see you around.